Hey, Carl, are you there right now? I was kind of hoping that I could talk to you about something if that's okay.
Oh? Yeah, that should be fine, Trixie. What's on your mind right now?
Well, the thing is that I actually just got off the phone with your mom.
You were talking to my mom just earlier? Okay. What were you two talking about?
Yeah, she called me and we talked a lot about the family and the house and stuff like that.
Okay. Such as? Do you want to fill me in on what specifically you two were talking about with each other?
Well, you know how we both work and have jobs, right? I really don't think that your mom likes what we do that. And she was talking about wanting to make sure that I'm taking care of the house as well.
Oh, Mom. She always is such a worrywart, you know. I bet she's just nervous about how things are going between us now that we're married.
Well, sure, I can understand that. But does she really think that I'm so useless that I can't take care of you?
Oh, don't worry about here. She's just nervous right now. But I'm sure that she'll get over herself soon enough.
I really hope so, because most days it feels like your mom hates me or something. Has she said anything to you about me at all? Anything you think I should know?
No. No. She hasn't said anything about you at all. Well, actually, the only thing she really has said is that of all the girls that I've dated and taken home, you're the best. That's why she was okay with us getting married in the first place.
Wait a second. You mean that if your mom didn't approve of me, then you wouldn't have married me?
I mean, I don't... I wouldn't. Well, doesn't everyone want their parents to approve of people they're going to marry? Surely if your parents came out as being strongly against you marrying me, then that would make it more difficult for you, right?
Well, you're not wrong about that, to say the least.
And that's all I'm saying. The point is that my mom let us get married, so that should be enough for you. By the way, about dinner tonight, I would love if we could have some of your potato salad on the side. What do you think?
Oh, well, sure. If you'd like that, I can make some before you get back home. Or maybe I should just go out and get some at the grocery store. That might be better.
You mean you're not going to make it all by hand?
Well, it's just that I've still got to finish working here, and I'm not sure that I'll be able to make everything in time. But it doesn't really matter where I get it from, right? I mean, then I'll be making the rest of the dinner by hand.
Well, it's just that I really don't like prepackaged foods. You know that. I was just raised on my mom's cooking, so it's hard for me to enjoy things that aren't homemade. Besides, it's not like potato salad is even that hard, right? You just cook them, smash them, you put some stuff in. I don't see why you would have to go out and buy it.
Well, I think that all takes more time and effort than you might realize. Don't you want to have dinner as soon as you get home from work?
It doesn't have to be right away. I wouldn't mind taking a shower once I'm back and eating after that. So, you don't have to worry about running out of time or anything like that. Just take your time and make everything right. Okay?
Carl, you do remember that both of us have jobs, don't you?
Well, of course I know that we both have jobs. What a silly question.
Well, since you know that, why don't you try helping me make dinner if you want that potato salad so badly? You do remember that we promised to split up the housework since we'd both be working, right?
Of course I remember that, but it's just that you're so much better at cooking than I am. That's why I do all the cleaning around here.
You know, we've already been married for a month now, and I don't think our vacuum cleaner has been touched once.
Oh, so now you're counting how often I've vacuumed around here? Besides, it's not like it's even that dirty around here or anything. Why would I bother cleaning when it's basically still clean?
The reason you think the house is basically clean is because I'm the one vacuuming around here.
Oh, wait. Really? Have you been cleaning up around here as well?
You're not really going to pretend like you haven't heard me doing it while you've been at home, right?
Oh, of course I heard you do it. I guess I just let the sound fall into the background of what I was doing.
Now, Carl, I know that you've lived at home with your parents up until now, and this is your first time living away from them. but I really would appreciate just a little more effort from you in taking care of things around the house. Because I don't want to be the one doing all of the work when I already have a job, okay? I'm patient now, but if this keeps up, then I might lose my patience, and I can't promise you what's going to happen then.
Oh, geez, Trixie. That's actually just a bit scary coming from you.
Well, I've heard from other friends of mine who married that they've had similar things like this happen, when their husbands ended up putting up all the housework and child rearing on them, and a lot of them ended up leaving their husbands and moving out to be on their own.
Oh, wow. Okay. I had no idea that this was a thing, I guess.
Well, it's only going to be a thing if you keep leaving all the work around the house to be done by me.
I guess. But surely you could at least let me know when you're thinking you're starting to reach those limits, and then we can talk about this, right?
You know, I can't guarantee that I'll know where those limits are. And at the same time, it's up to you to be listening to me when I warn you about it.
Oh, but I'm sure you'll be just fine. If you ever feel like I'm not doing enough, you can just tell me to do more around here. Don't worry.
And that's exactly what I've been telling you to do. And if we're going to keep living together, then I'd appreciate if you actually listen to that. Obviously, I don't expect you to do anything if you're sick or if work gets really busy all of a sudden. But I do at least want to feel like you and I are working from a mutual understanding about what needs to be done.
Got it. No problem. You don't need to worry about me. In fact, forget all about that potato salad.
Are you just saying that because you didn't want me to go out and buy the store-bought stuff?
I really don't know what I can say, except that the flavor just doesn't really suit me at all. But if you've got a problem with me being picky, that's something you'll have to take up with my mom.
I really don't think I'm going to touch that can of worms with your mom, to be honest. But maybe this weekend, I'll make some potato salad for you.
Hey, I sure like the sound of that. I'm looking forward to it, Trixie.
Well, I'm glad that's got your mood up, at least. Anyways, good luck with the rest of your day at work. I'll see you at home tonight.
2 weeks later. Hey, Trixie. Are you there? I'm really, really sorry about that, but I'm going to be having dinner at my parents' place tonight instead of at home.
Oh, really? But I've already gotten everything prepared over here for us.
I know. I really am sorry to do this so last minute, but it's just that my mom asked me to do some shopping for her, and by the time I drop everything off, it'll already be dinner time.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it's fair enough. I guess I can just eat on my own tonight then.
So sorry again, but I promise that I'll take whatever you made for lunch tomorrow. Also, I was talking to my mom about our honeymoon trip, and she said that she would really like to go to France.
Sorry, did I read that right? Your mom says she'd like to go to France for our honeymoon?
Well, I know that we were talking about trying to take a trip to Italy or something like that, but my mom has never been to Europe and has always wanted to visit France. So do you think maybe we could at least squeeze in a few days that we could spend in Paris or something?
No, Carl, that isn't what I meant. I'm confused because why would your mom be coming with us on our honeymoon?
Oh, hold on a second. Did I not mention this to you? Did you not know that my mom was really wanting to tag along on our honeymoon with us?
No, I had no idea about that whatsoever until now. Carl, you can't be serious about this, are you? I mean, you're not really okay with bringing your mom along for our honeymoon, right?
Yeah, of course I'm being serious right now. I mean, why wouldn't she come along? The more the merrier, right?
I mean, maybe she should try and plan her own trip with some of her friends or something like that.
So you're telling me that you don't want to travel around with my mom at all then?
I'm saying that this isn't just like a family trip or anything like that. This is our honeymoon, you know, to celebrate us getting married.
Yeah, I know.
Is that really all you have to say? Have you ever heard of a newlywed couple taking along a parent for their honeymoon?
Oh, come on. You and I can travel around whenever we want. Besides, my mom knows that you speak a little bit of French too, So she figured it would be the best way to see France.
If she invited me to go with her any other time, then I probably would agree. But we don't have to bring her this time, right?
Well, when else is my mom going to have an excuse like this to go to Europe?
I think she can just choose to take a vacation whenever she wants to. You don't need an excuse.
You really are being so cruel right now. I really can't believe it. I mean, do you really hate my mom that much, Trixie?
How am I even supposed to answer that question? That's so unfair of you to even ask.
Well, I'm just saying that if you didn't hate my mom, then I think you'd be okay doing this for her. I'm really disappointed in you right now.
Carl, you're not being fair at all. I do care about your mom, and I want to make her happy. But I also think that a honeymoon should be something spent between a husband and wife, and that's it.
And I'm telling you that because we're married, there are going to be plenty more vacations and trips in our future, so we can just travel by ourselves then.
I'm really sorry, but I just can't see myself budging on this one. I want to travel with you, and only you, for our honeymoon.
So then, you're really just going to force my mom to wait here while we go and travel around Europe. Did you know that my mom has already bought guidebooks to France and even dug out her passport from all her files? She was really looking forward to getting to do this with us.
Well, I had no idea that you had thought your mom was going to be coming along with us in the first place.
Well, I thought that you would be fine with it. That's why I never said anything about it before.
Well, I would have been fine with it if it weren't our honeymoon that you were talking about. I mean, I was really looking forward to going on this trip, just the two of us. You aren't really upset at me for that, are you?
Ugh, whatever. I get it, okay?
Oh, Carl, please don't be upset with me. I didn't know you were planning this.
No, you're right. It's all my fault. I should have just said something to you sooner.
Well, just please explain to your mom that this really has nothing to do with her, and that I just wanted to spend some time alone with you.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to explain everything to my mom so she understands.
Thank you so much, Carl. I really do appreciate you speaking to her for me. I'll see you when you get home.
1 month later.
Carl? You seriously need to get back to me right now. Please, I really need you to talk to me. Why didn't you come home at all last night? You do realize that we're supposed to be leaving for our honeymoon today, don't you? So where are you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I was in a plane, so I wasn't able to text you at all. I hope you weren't too worried about me.
Wait, what? What do you mean you were in a plane? Don't tell me that you're already on your way to Italy. So then you were on a plane together with your mom? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm afraid I had to cancel all those plans so that my mom and I could do some traveling. I hope you don't blame me for any of this. I'm just trying to be a good son is all. We'll take a vacation, just you and I, some other time, though, so don't you worry.
I really just don't even know what to say to that right now.
Well, I don't know what to say either. I mean, we've already landed, so there really isn't anything anyone can do. But I'm sure that you'll forgive me for this, won't you?
I really just don't even believe you right now. This has got to be some kind of joke.
But don't you understand that I'm doing all this for you anyways?
And just how in the world is any of this being done for my sake?
Well, because when I went to tell my mom you didn't want her to come on our honeymoon, she got really mad at me. She even demanded that I leave you. So, I promised her that we'd go on a trip instead if she would just calm down a bit. Surely you can understand all that, right?
Do you have any idea how worried I was for you last night? You didn't even say a word to me.
I know, but it's because I knew that if I said anything to you about this, you would get really upset with me.
Of course I would be upset with you. You've just told me that you've canceled our honeymoon trip to Italy that we were supposed to be on today.
I know, but I'm really busy right now keeping an eye on my mom. But we can talk about all this when I get back from this trip, right?
So you've really put your mom before me then, is that it?
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. You know that isn't fair.
It's just the truth is what it is. We've only been married 3 months, and you've already tossed me aside because your mom demanded it? What happened to you telling me that your mom approved of me as your wife?
Well, that's just it. She thought that you were good material for me to marry, but you're the one that needs to realize being a good wife means respecting your in-laws.
I don't understand how you can honestly say that, Carl. Don't you realize how hurtful that is of you to say? To think that you're the one that disappeared without a word to me about where you were going. And now you're trying to spin this around as something that's all my fault? You always fold to whatever it is that your mom tells you to do. And now you've gone and canceled our honeymoon plans?
Oh, come on. I really think that you're thinking about this the entirely wrong way right now, Trixie.
And just how am I doing that? You're the one who prioritized the person that demanded we get a divorce. Why are you choosing her side over mine in this?
You really are starting to bug me. Do you know that? This isn't about sides or anything like that, and I don't appreciate the way you're talking about my mom. I mean, she's your mother-in-law too. Have you forgotten that? You really need to show her a little more respect.
You really are a mama's boy. Do you know that?
Well, of course I am. I only have one mom in the whole world, and I want to respect her just like I respect you. 1 week later. Hey, Trixie. I just wanted to let you know that my mom and I finally got back home. Where are you, though? Are you at work or something like that? Did you take the day off? Wherever you are. Please, hurry up and get back home. I'm just starving and could really use something to eat.
And just what makes you think that I'm going to cook for you? You can make something for yourself, Carl.
Hey, come on now. I just got back from my trip abroad, and this is the way that you greet me? Don't tell me that you're still mad about all this. I was only gone for a week. Surely you can't be upset over a measly week.
How about you go into the kitchen and look at what I left you there?
Wait a second. What is this? What are these, divorce papers?
That's right. I've signed my portion of them. Now you sign yours and go have them filed.
Hold on just a second here. What's going on? You're not serious about this, right? You're really gonna leave me for taking a vacation with my mom?
You mean the vacation that you didn't even tell me about until you had already landed there?
Okay. I really am sorry that I canceled our honeymoon plans without telling you beforehand. But I was just trying to think on my feet and keep the relationship between you and my mom from getting worse.
Your mom and I have never gotten along. The relationship is already bad. Did you know that after you went to talk to your mom about splitting up the work around the house, that she started blowing up my phone with all kinds of horrible messages? She told me I was a horrible wife and a failure of a woman for not doing everything for my husband.
Well, I'm just saying that getting mad at my mom when she gets like this is only throwing logs into the fire. It isn't going to help.
So then I should just never fight back? Just always give in to whatever it is that your mom demands of me?
No, come on. You know that's not what I'm saying. You're acting as if that's going to be your whole life or something.
I can already tell it's going to be decades of my life if you refuse to stand up for me with your mom. Instead, you just make things worse by always leaving all the work for me to do. And then you literally canceled our honeymoon just to take a vacation with your mom. Why would I want to be with a man like you anymore after going through all of this?
I really think that you're blowing this whole thing out of proportion right now. You know that I love you, don't you? Please don't say that you want to leave me.
I never thought that I'd be pushed this far so soon after getting married either. But this isn't how I wanted my married life to go. You're just taking advantage of me, and you expect me to do nothing about it? These past 3 months that we've been married have been some of the most difficult of my entire life.
Well, you think things haven't been hard for me? This is my first time living away from my parents, and I just know that my mom really misses me.
Well, do you realize that when you go and run to your mom to complain to her about the married life, that she turns around and starts coming after me?
Okay, Trixie. I think we should just calm down and talk this out. Don't you?
I am calm, and I am trying to talk it out with you, but you're not listening to what I have to say. You're not acknowledging the ways in which you've hurt, lied, and betrayed me. I told you that one of these days, if nothing changed between you and I, that I might hit my limit. Well, I think I can safely say that that day has come. I want a divorce, then I'm going to pack my bags and move far away. If you have anything else to say to me, you can say it to my lawyer instead. Goodbye, Carl. After that, Carl and I signed our divorce papers, and Carl moved back in with his parents. I heard through the grapevine, however, that ever since Carl moved in, his relationship with his mom had begun to change. Carl began to blame his mom for our divorce, and meanwhile, his mom didn't understand what had made her sweet son turn against her. Neighbors began to report loud fights that could be heard from their house. Apparently, one time it got so bad that Carl actually raised his hand against his mother, and the police were called shortly after that. After I heard that, I knew that I had dodged a bullet with my divorce. Even though I had followed through on my vow to move to a new city, I still received updates on Carl and his mother from old mutual friends. After the police got involved, things really began to go downhill for Carl as he was later caught embezzling money from his company. Apparently, he had gotten himself into quite a bit of debt, and that was the main reason why he had moved back in with his mom. After getting fired, I hear that Carl became a bit of a recluse, spending all day at home and barely ever leaving the house except when necessary. Now, I have no clue if he'll ever be free of his mom or her him. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.